1, 2, 3.
Take 4.
Wait, 3, 2, 1.
Oh! What's up?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up?
Woo!
Dude, that was good timing with
That
the
was a
what's
good
up.
one. Yeah,
we timed that well.
I think we're just becoming one person the more podcasts that we do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is this our 6th episode?
It is. Jackson's saying yes, it is.
Awesome.
6 episodes.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We've been at this a month and a half now.
Dude, it's incredible. And our numbers of our viewers and our subscribers it is growing slowly but surely.
That's all that matters is we're going up, right? Hey, huge shout out to Joe Shingler for making that awesome intro video. Joe has a business called JDS Videos. You can hit him up. You can hit him up on the gram.
Yeah.
If you need a video made, and so we actually want to encourage you to go check him out on Instagram. He just made a video for the 611 organization, so go check it out. Hey Ryan, what do you think the D in JDS Videos stands for?
I don't know. Like,
I mean, I'm assuming that's his middle name. What do you think?
Danielle.
Danielle.
That's what I thought. You know, or dancing.
So
Joe
Dancing Shingler.
Yeah.
I like that.
That'd be cool, huh?
Yeah.
If it's not that, it needs to change. So I think it'd be pretty cool.
We can talk to Brad and Amy about that.
Yeah. But that video was awesome. I never thought you and I could look so cool.
That is true.
That intro video actually made us look pretty cool. And
the magic of editing.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get more subscribers now that we have a sick intro. Who knows? So, with that being said, we still would love it if you guys have a business or a hobby or anything that you want to promote, send it to us. Let us know. We want you to sponsor us. We want to give you huge shout outs here on the channel, just like we did Joe, the JDS videos. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, we want you guys to send that stuff to us because we want people to know how amazing you are, how creative you are. And if you guys have a business or something you like doing that you want to be put out there and more people to know about, let us know because we have a huge following. I think it's 47 subscribers.
Boom.
So, yeah. If you guys have anything, please hit us up on the gram. Let us know. We would love it if we could give you a shout out. So.
Yeah. We know that not everyone has Instagram as well. And so if you have a business or a way that you want to get in communication with the Hear This podcast, you can just email youth@treecitychurch.com.
Yeah.
Pastor Ryan and myself, we check that email every once in a while.
Yeah.
We'll get better at checking it. But again, we know not everyone has Instagram. So email us as another form of connecting with us.
Absolutely.
Dude, on my way into church today to film this podcast, I drove past Azumi. Azumi is my favorite restaurant. It's sushi. It's right next to the church. And I'm not exaggerating when I say I probably go there 2 or 3 times a week.
It's true. No, I can actually verify that. Yeah.
Dude, I miss Azumi. I really hope they weather all of this so they can be one of our future sponsors so we can maybe get some free sushi or something.
Dude, yeah, that'd be amazing.
But what are you missing right now? What's your favorite restaurant?
I do have a favorite restaurant. I don't eat there very often because for me, I like to not eat there very often to keep it like super special. Then it's really expensive, but Tucanos.
Ooh.
I am all about Tucanos. So if you want to send in like a gift card or something, for Michaela and I to go out on a date, Tucanos is where it's at. I go there like every year on my birthday. I love it because I love meat. And so Tucanos is, if you've never been to Tucanos, maybe they could sponsor us. Huge shout out to Tucanos. It's amazing. It's like this Brazilian style restaurant where they come and bring you like these big skewers of meat and then they cut it off and like just put it on your plate. And
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's great for many reasons. One, you get all this amazing meat. 2, you don't have to leave the table. Dude, I am all about sitting and eating no matter what.
We live just on the corner of Ustick and Cloverdale. And they're within the last couple months, they just opened up like this taco truck.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, best street tacos I've ever had. Seriously, so good.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
really good. Check them out.
Yeah.
They're awesome. What's the best thing that you and McKaylee have been like eating at home?
Well, actually, on the subject of tacos, Danny, McKaylee's mom, made us carne asada tacos.
Ooh.
Was it last night? No, 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. Yeah. I had leftover pizza. I was like, 2 nights ago, made us carne asada tacos. Oh, dude, it was so good. She got this carne asada from, I think it was Costco. This packaged carne asada, and you cook it like regular beef on the grill, and it was so good. It's like $24 a thing.
Holy
like
moly!
a bag of carne asada, but it is phenomenal. Yeah. What about you?
Now that it's nicer out, we've been actually smoking a lot of meat.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were gonna stop it smoking. Yeah.
No, we've been smoking a lot of meat.
That's good. Yeah.
And we did ribs a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
And then the other thing that we've been doing probably at least once a week is we buy like chicken quarters.
What's chicken quarter?
Don't ask me those tough
Is that
questions.
different than chicken dimes?
It's like the leg and the wing, I think. I don't know.
That's a quarter of the chicken?
Yes.
So if you were to proportionally cut up a chicken, that would be the quarter?
Yes. Hence the name chicken quarter.
All right, fair. That's fair.
And we've been throwing them on the Traeger and smoking them. Dude, they're awesome.
That's good.
Once all this like lifts, we'll have you and McKaylee over and you can have some chicken.
Dude, you know what would be another cool segment? I just came up with this. Like a food segment where we try different foods here on the podcast and like a review.
I like that. Hey, if you enjoy cooking, you want to submit food to us, not now. You need to stay home.
Yeah.
obey your parents and
that's right.
all the other stuff that's happening. But dude, maybe when all this lifts, we'll do a food segment. That'd be fun.
We can have like the person come in and like
talk a little bit about
like a chef's show where they say, this is what I cooked, this is how I cooked it, and we'll give them a review.
I like it.
Oh, dude.
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
So a little bit of accountability, just checking in with you guys. I'm going to ask Ryan a question next time he takes a big old drink of his root beer. Last week we challenged you to read your Bible, to do something to further and nurture your relationship with God, and to turn off your phone for 1 hour. I did not do it. I forgot. I turned my phone off from midnight to 5 a.m. Does that count?
No.
So I didn't succeed this last week, but how'd you do?
I did not complete every day. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I did do a couple days. And in all honesty, guys, like, this is exactly what we were talking about last podcast. If you watched it, like, the key word is discipline. And you gotta, it's going to take time. And like, even for Pastor Zach and I, like, there's some days where we can't, or it's not on our priority list because we didn't take the time to put it there. And so, I mean, just relax. It's okay if you fail, if you miss a week or you miss a day, like it's okay. But it's just that continual practice of attempting to do it that helps build that good habit.
Yeah. Last week we began the conversation about cultivating healthy habits of self-care during this time. We talked about how we have more time than maybe we've had in the past. And so today we're going to continue that conversation. But as I've been thinking about healthy habits, I also been thinking of like unhealthy habits.
Yeah.
Ryan, what's your worst habit?
What's my worst?
Should we ask McKaylee?
Yeah, I was gonna say I get McKaylee on the phone.
Call her up right now.
Yeah. What's my worst habit? Well, I have been told by a lot of people that I'm actually too polite. Like I'm too nice of a person. So that's probably no.
If you've been around Ryan, we know that it's true, right? He's just he has great manners.
Yeah. I think I'm too good at math is what people have said. No, let's see, a bad habit. Again, like I do a lot of things that I am actually unaware. Well, that's not true. McKaylee. So I love McKaylee. I love her to death. And she reminds me of all the things that I like in the moment. And I know it's like she just wants me to stop. And it's a good thing that she's trying. But one thing, I tend to chew with my mouth open. I know all the moms watching this are like, Mom, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I developed that after I moved out. No. Yeah, I tend to chew with my mouth open, and I don't know. I zone out when I'm eating because I get like really into my food, or sometimes I make noises too when I'm eating.
Oh, gosh.
I know. If you ever eating around me, if it's really good, sometimes I'll make like humming noises while I'm eating if it's really good. And so Michaela would just be like, Ryan, you need to close your mouth when you're eating, and I'm just like, oh. So.
But it's so good. Those carne asada tacos.
Oh, yeah. That's a really bad habit. I'm also this is embarrassing, but I'm actually kind of a messy person too. Like I will leave clothes on the floor. And so I do it a lot. Like I'll come home and like before I get in bed, my clothes will just go on the floor and I won't put them away or in the laundry basket. And I know it annoys Michaela so much. I apologize.
You should apologize. Yeah, good
so
work,
sorry, Ryan. I need to do better. Okay, enough of me. What's your worst habit?
No, you did really good answering that question, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't know. I probably should be asking Brittany. Brittany could probably help me answer this question.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to my mind is I brush my teeth, no lie, probably close to like 15 times a day. Like if I know I'm leaving, if someone's coming over, I'll go brush my teeth really quick.
Are you nervous about having bad breath?
Yes.
Or what is it? Is that really what, like, you're paranoid about having bad breath?
No, the real issue is this. I have a real big fear of two things in life.
Okay.
And one of them is shots.
You don't like shots?
No, I hate shots.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so if you don't brush your teeth, you get cavities. And to get a cavity, you got to get a shot.
Fair. Okay.
Dude, I hate shots so much that I got in a fight with my brother, and he knocked out the front tooth.
Yeah.
So it's a fake tooth.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. And
wow.
they had to do like a root canal, and it's a porcelain tooth.
A what canal?
A root canal?
A root canal?
Yes.
A root canal?
No, root.
Wow.
Anyways, I had them do it without numbing it, which was probably way more painful than just the shot. But
dude.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. And so in turn,
wow.
I brush my teeth a lot. But the bad thing about that is I don't really do anything gentle in this life of mine. And so like I brush really, really hard. And so my gum lines are receding. And
oh my goodness,
I was told that there's a good chance in the next couple of years I'll have to do like a gum transplant.
And you have to get a shot.
Yeah, they'll have to do like skin grafts and all
a
this.
Skin graft?
Yeah,
on your gum?
Yes.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, true story. They take the skin off the roof of your mouth.
Wow.
Which is really painful, I heard.
I picture Pastor Zach in the morning brushing his teeth with like some death metal playing. Like,
dude.
Yeah.
That's how I roll, man.
Dude, I did not even know you were afraid of shots like that.
Yeah.
Like since you were a kid, that's been like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude,
okay.
one time I got out of my, you know, when you're in elementary school, you have to get like the booster shots or whatever.
Booster shots?
I don't know. That's what I think they're called. I don't know. Jackson's dad is a doctor,
okay.
and he's shaking his head back there
All
for
right,
us.
I guess.
I convinced my mom that I was sick and I couldn't go get these shots, and so I got out of. I think it was my first or second grade booster shots.
Wow. Oh, so. Booster. Okay, that's coming back.
Yeah, whatever, Ryan. So Ryan, what have you been doing to practice self-care this past week?
Yeah. Yeah, I've started watching the show, and I'm gonna sound like a loose record because I know you guys have already heard me talk about this. I talked about it at youth group a couple weeks ago. But there's this show called The Chosen. All right, hear me out. I know some of you have heard this 1,000 times. I know Rocky's probably watching this, and he's loving it right now because it's like our favorite show. But there's this show called The Chosen, okay? You have to download an app called The Chosen, and then the episodes are on there. It's a crowd-funded project, so it's all donations that is funding this TV show. And that's why it's not on Netflix or any other streaming service, because then they would have to abide by some of their regulations, stuff like that. And they want to make it free to the entire world, so they crowdfund. But pretty much it's the story of the life of Jesus. And hear me when I say this. I do not promote those types of shows very often. I think, Pastor Johnny talked about this in the last podcast. And I just started watching it when he talked about it.
Good move.
Yeah.
The boss talks about it. You do it.
No, yeah. So I started watching it. But it is, and like he said, even as a pastor, like there are some TV Bible shows that are they're boring and they're cheesy and it's just hard for me to watch. They're good. I mean, good content, but it's just hard to watch. But The Chosen, by far the best Bible story, life of Jesus I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so good. They film it so well. It's just like a regular TV drama series like on Netflix that is just a super good production. But the best part, and this is my favorite part, is that the way that it depicts Jesus Christ, the way that Jesus is promoted in this show is phenomenal. Every other like Bible show, he's very serious and like they really just highlight the divinity of Jesus, like the God part of Jesus, which is important to highlight. But I think what we've been missing when it comes to movies and shows about Jesus is the humanity of Jesus. And this just really like hyper focuses on Jesus's humanity. He laughs, he jokes around, he dances, like he's one of us. You see him as a normal person. Yeah. And like there's a scene, and I've talked about this, but it's so simple. He's like dressing a cut on his arm. He's like wrapping it in a Band-Aid or a Band-Aid. Band-Aid. He didn't have Band-Aids, but a bandage, like a cloth. And then it shows him like at night stretching. And it's that simple thing of like, Jesus was perfect. He was God. Like you think of like, oh, well, God's body never ached. He never had cuts, but that was the human part of him. It shows him like stretching and cleaning up a wound. And it's like, we forget that Jesus was fully human and he experienced all the same emotions. Of course, Jesus joked around and like had fun, but we don't see that. We don't really think about that very often. And so that's what the shows allows you to do. It allows you to see Jesus in a new light. That's super cool.
That's cool. Jesus was a carpenter. He enjoyed woodworking.
Yeah.
Do you think he cut his finger?
Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he nicked it or cut off a part of it.
I'm just trying to be like Jesus. That's all I'm doing, people.
He's probably missing a few. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, he didn't have a table saw back then, so he was a lot smarter with it too.
That's probably true.
Anyway, that's one of the ways that I'm practicing self-care, is just a new creative way of viewing the Bible. Because after watching the show, and I've talked to multiple people who've seen it, it makes you want to go back and read your Bible, because it brings to light other characters as well, where you're like, oh, I didn't know that connected to that, and that makes like you want to go back and read and like see the text come alive in that way.
Totally.
So, The Chosen.
Cool.
Anyway, what about you, Pastor Zach? What have you been doing?
For me, it's just been getting back into some of the hobbies that I enjoy doing. You know, it might sound cliche. It might be weird for some people to hear that, but I feel close to God when I'm out working in the yard, mowing the lawn, woodworking, just doing some of those things that are life-giving. For me, it's in those things that I can kind of zone out instantly. It's kind of weird. I get behind a lawnmower and like whatever I just dealt with that day, it just goes away. And the same goes for woodworking. And so I've been trying to add some of those things back into my life, the things that are life-giving, and the things that honestly are disciplines where I can just forget work and the stresses of just life in general, and just really kind of focus in on God. And it's kind of weird, but I've had some of the most enlightening moments woodworking or out in the yard, just because I've been able to keep that clear mind, you know? And so I think that's this week's challenge. What are some of the things that are life-giving for you? We're going to open up a question box in the gram, and we want to hear your thoughts. What are the things that you do that are life-giving?
Yeah, it's great.
So we wanted to end today's podcast talking about something we're going to be doing this summer. We're going to be starting this new challenge. It's called Nailed It. A question that I get all the time is, Zach, why did you get into woodworking? The simple answer is this: my dad and my grandpa, they instilled in me the habit of woodworking, and they took time to show me how to use the tools and and all of those things. But there was a guy in our church growing up. His name is Dr. Foster. He's not a real doctor, but he's a school superintendent.
Okay,
and so
cool.
he has his doctorate. And
Yeah.
I remember him just learning from him. And it was other people outside of my family
Yeah.
that kind of invested in and nurtured some of those skills. And they're the reason why I have some of those passions still today. And so what we're going to be doing this summer, starting June 1, is we're going to be launching this challenge called Nailed It.
Sweet.
And so what we're going to be doing is there's lots and lots and lots of professionals in our church.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to create 5 to 8 minute long videos, kind of like how-to videos.
Oh, cool.
Just kind of explaining how to do basic skills. And so the idea is this, that you will either try something new, or maybe you have a passion already.
Yeah.
And these how-to videos will help maybe get you to that next level. And so some examples of these videos that we're going to do are cooking, photography, painting, woodworking. And so those are just to name a few. But if you have some ideas, some suggestions, we want to encourage you just to drop them in the comment section on the YouTube video, or I should say podcast, or on the gram.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the major things that we want during this time is we're trying to avoid the fail it, right? We've all seen the videos like on YouTube and like the compilations of like fails. It's honestly actually one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube. For some reason, like people falling, I don't know, it gets me. I think it's so funny. But we're trying to avoid fails, so we don't want you to fail, and so we're providing you this opportunity to learn something new so that you can nail it. And if you do fail, you have an excuse. It's on us because we're providing you this information. So if you fail, don't worry about it. That means
That's on us.
Yeah, we failed to provide you enough information. But we just want you guys to be empowered and learn how to do new things and be creative. And I know, like for myself, I'm not a very I don't view myself as a very creative person with a lot of things. Like I don't do woodworking, I don't cook, I don't have an eye for photography, I can't draw anything. And so for me, it's one of those things of like, when this was brought up, I immediately went to, like, what can I learn to do? Not, hey, what do I have to offer? Because I mean, the realistic thing is I'm not a very like artistic, creative person. And so, I'm excited to see some of these videos and learn how to do new things and kind of build my toolbox full of creative, skills. And so that's what we are hoping that you guys are able to do during this time. And that, again, what Pastor Zach said, if you guys have skills, we want to highlight those. We want people to know like what you can do. We think it's super important that especially as the body of Christ, like we are empowering each other with the skills that God has gifted us with. So
stay tuned for more information. We're going to be releasing a video in the next couple weeks, just giving more details about that challenge, and then also ways in which we want you to engage. And so the idea is this, that we'll launch a video and you'll have a week to do that task. And then we want you to submit your pictures of you doing. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Hear This podcast. We end each episode by just saying this. We hope that if you only hear one thing, you hear this, that God loves you so, so very much. And that we as a youth staff, as a church, we love you as well. Have a great week. We're praying for you.
See you guys.